everybody, and welcome to the last APAT show before the World Championship of Amateur Poker kicks off next week in Manchester. Lee, excited much?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's something to look forward to, I suppose, isn't it? Yeah, it's the Worlds. It is the Worlds.
Let's go.
For 2026. Cannot wait. We're in August already, and normally we would be the end of August bank holiday weekend or whatever, and we are much earlier this year, so looking forward to it. All kicks off on Tuesday. 6 days of poker up in Manchester at Bury New Road, and 16 bracelet events to give out. Cannot wait. But we have 17 in total. Should point that out. We're talking 16. We're talking live, but we will have an online bracelet to give out on Sky Poker, which will be in 2 weeks' time. Speaking of Sky Poker, last chance if you want to get involved in a satellite for the Worlds. These satellites will still run every Friday and Sunday, but if you want to be able to use that seat for the Worlds, this is your last chance. And it's a bumper one already tonight. There is loads of players in. You've got late reg until 10 o'clock. So you've got about half an hour if you want to get involved in this one. We're guaranteeing one £140 seat, but I think we're going to smash through that. So we'll do that. And obviously, you'll be able to use it for any of the events up in Manchester this week. Not a problem whatsoever. You can even use the 140 towards the 210 buy-in for the main event if you want to as well. We will sort that out for you. Because you can pay in via debit card at the Grosvenors these days. Super easy for us. We don't have to send Tom into the casino with wads of cash anymore. So if you rock up on the day and say, hey, I've got a ticket, I'd really like to use it for this now, what we'll probably do, very nice, Des, what we'll probably do is we'll just get your bank details off you and we'll pop you that 140 straight into your bank account, and then you can just use your debit card to buy in for the event. So all slick and straightforward. Shouldn't be a problem. Should point out whilst we're talking, and I will mention it a couple more times this evening, had a message from a guy who's dealt with APAT and plays poker raffles and a few things lately with us, asking the question, first time he's playing live, coming up to Manchester, wants to play it, not registered with the casino. What's the score? You will need to be a member, but you just need to make sure to bring some photo ID with you. So when you're at the door, they can sort that out and get you registered. Normally, you can just go into the casinos. You can walk in, but you won't be. You can. I think you can even play some of the slots and things like that. But as far as poker goes, if you've not got membership set up, they can't register you on the tournament software, so you do need that. So are you saying you can play a slot but you can't play poker? Yeah, pretty much most of the casinos these days have got a fairly much a walk-in. You don't need to be registered. They might ID check you if for any reason
you're taking out winnings or something like that.
Yeah, possibly. But I think pretty much you could sit down at a slot machine and stick a tenner in the slot machine, and I don't think you need a membership card to be able to play the slot machine. You can just play it. So
Danny's out there. Good evening.
Danny
Strange.
Danny
England legend. Danny Strange.
I recognise the name. Yeah, familiar. Can't quite put where. Yeah, but anyway,
Arsenal fan.
That's
Arsenal
why
fan,
it will have
Danny
blanked,
Strange.
completely blanked. Anyway, what's Danny got to say for himself, Des?
Can you, Lee, buy-ins through the Grosvenor app, the Grosvenor Live app?
No.
Sorry,
No,
Danny.
they have disabled that for us, which is really helpful. To be fair, all of their focus has been on the Goliath. We'll have a chat about Goliath in a bit.
We want to talk about Goliath.
But
does want to say, Lee, he does want to say that made things so much easier at Goliath. So I guess that.
Exactly. No. Right? Well, it is the way everything is going, and to be fair, a lot of their mainstream stuff on Grosvenor now is you can basically just use the app and buy in for whatever reason. And I think it's just simply the fact that all their resources have been at Goliath, and the last thing they want is a load of customers asking questions and stuff about with our Worlds. So they've left it very much that but you did have the ability up until Friday to buy in at any of the Grosvenors live if you needed to. But unfortunately, it'll be in person at the casino only. And obviously we're capped on all of our our event. We are going to pretty much have a rammed 6 days up in Manchester.
Yeah.
We're hoping, and by the sounds of it, listening to everybody that's heading up, it's going to be super busy. So
I have another question. Pilco's out there. Good evening to you, Pilco. This is very clear, Lee. This is very clear. He says, what about myself, as I have 3 tickets? It can cost a little extra to transfer to Ireland.
To transfer to Ireland? No, it won't cost it. It won't cost anything extra for you, Pilco. If you've got a £140...
But he's talking sterling. He's talking about his winnings to go from sterling to euros. That's what I... This is it.
If there's any charges to get it into a euro account or whatever, that'll be us covering that. We will be making sure you get 140 with. What I would say is, a lot of players these days use things like Revolut and stuff like that. And as I say, we will find a way of getting you the exact amount of money for whatever you choose to do. If we're going to see you at the Worlds, Pilco, this week, I don't know whether you're heading over, but if you are heading over, to be honest, I will arrange to give you a wad of cash if necessary, so you can then use that to buy in. Not a problem whatsoever. If that's what's needed, if that's what's needed, that's what we'll do. Hey, all I will say is, I mean, we're 20 years into doing this thing, and we'll always look out for the players and do right by the players. We certainly wouldn't ever dream of taking out of players' pockets. We will make sure that you are well covered. So if we've honoured or got a 140 ticket for you, we'll make sure that's what get honoured, and that's what you get, nothing less. That is for sure.
It's the WCIP, Lee. We're literally hours away, a handful of hours. And of course, that can only mean one thing. There is a very excited Stefan Fischer in the chat.
Why not?
He simply started with hello there, but I know there's more to follow.
You know what's, but have you not noticed? So you may have all noticed at home over the weekend, worldwide this is not just a UK thing, this is worldwide. You might have noticed your lights dimming a little bit. Maybe you're not able, your phone's taking a little bit longer to charge. Everything's just feeling a little bit, what's going on? It's because they're powering up the Tesla, Des. The Dutch boys are ready to head across the channel and take on the WCOP.
It's like the return of Knight Rider, Lee.
Yeah. so I saw.
Get in it, lads. Yeah. Let's go.
So I saw. Yeah. So the boys will be we'll be heading across, and looking forward to playing obviously the team event first of all on the Tuesday and the Wednesday, but then obviously getting stuck into the rest of the bracelet events during the week. Schedule wise, we've got it out in a number of places. So if you want a really detailed breakdown of everything, easy to read, go onto the website and go on to apat.com/WCOAP, and you'll get all the full details. It's so difficult to put all of that detail on stuff that we put out on socials, but we'll be firing all of that information out on socials as well. It's all on the Grosvenor app. There's a little confusion over the Grosvenor app has got the day 2 of the main at a wrong time, which we're going to get fixed. So, because thank you to Dave Garden, who spotted that and dropped me a message this evening to say that was incorrect. He said it's causing some confusion for the lads up here, and I was that won't be difficult. Yeah. I mean, what are they all looking at when the day 2 is for, Des? I mean,
yeah, exactly. Tuesday. I'd be surprised if they looked at Tuesday yet.
Yeah,
I mean, another question.
I mean, Kai is still going to be celebrating England's three-peat.
No,
I mean, to be honest, I mean, it's just the school holidays. He's going to be he's basically going to be drunk for the entire school holidays on the joy of that. So that's what's going to happen.
So Danny's back in the chat box. He's working.
Danny, which Danny? Which Danny's up?
Danny Strange.
Danny Strange. Right. Okay. Yeah.
Is there a cut-off for buying into the international / England delete as you see fit event? I think that was last week, Lee, wasn't it?
Did you
the
not get your
puzzle
money
for
in, Danny?
Bobby's international
Oh,
event was last week.
unfortunately. Yeah. Oh well. That's a shame.
Pilco, do you want to play for England?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I mean, yeah, he could do that. We'll put him in. Yeah, I don't think there is a cutoff. I think anybody that hasn't, I mean, we're not going to have an issue with making sure that you guys all get into that. So even if it's on the day, I don't honestly know what Tom agreed with the captains.
Oh no!
Oh no, what?
No, sorry, Lee, I interrupted you mid-flow because I read something and my brain.
Oh wow!
Created
to be honest, I feel like I want to stop because that sounds quite important.
I feel genuinely sad. Pilco, it's Pilco. It's come from Pilco. We haven't lost him. Well, he says, I'm not going to the Worlds, but you'll see me by Christmas.
Oh, okay, fantastic. So he's gonna obviously come head across for a different event. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, well, hey, he's got 3 tickets, so he's well sorted he's bankrolled to play some APAT stuff at some point. Yeah, if for any reason, Pilco, it's not this year, don't you worry, my friend. Yeah, we will make sure that rolls forward if it needs to. So if for any reason you can't get across this year to play anything, don't feel you need to, my friend. Right. Just drop me a message and we'll sort that out. No bother whatsoever. So I don't think whether Tom actually arranged a cutoff with the captains of exactly when they need to buy in, but basically we know it's not going to be an issue. 14 teams, draw is all done. I spent most of the day updating spreadsheet. One of these years, Tom is going to give me exactly the same number of countries and exactly the same format as the previous year. I mean,
not a chance, Lee, not a chance.
We're only 20 years into this, and I'm yet to get one where I haven't actually literally got to reset the entire spreadsheet. But
oh my God, Lee, look, that in itself doesn't surprise me what you just said there. However, Stefan is now warming up. Right, he's back in the thread. He says, I'm not sure why I pictured a red Indian saying we come in peace, or an alien maybe, but Stefan says we come in new Tesla. Old one is sold.
Oh wow, okay.
Sold to the man in the anorak. New Tesla purchase, Lee.
Batteries ran out, so I had to get a new one.
Set off.
Yeah, love it. No, it's superb. And I know there's already players have arrived in Manchester. I saw your lad was playing the tournament at Bury New Road today, having made a bit of a pit stop in Coventry, an unsuccessful pit stop in Coventry. So he's headed up to Manchester. But we all know the reason why Ben Burnhill's already headed to Manchester. He's going to play a sneaky extra round in the mini golf to get his eye in. Have a bit of a read of the course. We all know what's going on. So when money gets passed across on, I think Thursday. I think we're Thursday morning. I think we're doing. We're hitting the mini golf.
Amazing.
Cost me a fortune last year. Honestly, it's outrageous.
Ben's up there tracking. He's tracking. What positions are the holes and stuff like that.
It's got some AI drone thing going on. Or, that's what I reckon is happening. So yeah, looking forward to that. So that'll be great. So yeah, team event shouldn't be a problem, Danny. So I don't know why you're asking. I'm assuming you've either forgotten to pay or not. Nothing's been sorted. But don't worry. That will all be good. Draws all done for that. As I say, slight variation. We've dropped the heads up this year just to free up a little bit of resource staffing wise for the casino. So we basically got 3 lots of sit and goes, 2 no limit hold and PLO and a PLO 8 3 times in a row, and then MTT. But a stellar field. I was looking through the names because I don't often, Tom is brilliant at sorting all of this and arranging the captains and getting it all together and all the info that we need. Does an amazing job of doing that. So often I just kind of get a list of countries, and then when I then start pulling the whole thing together, like, oh right, didn't realize so and so was. And there's a few this year, Des, which I genuinely was like, well, who knew? Who knew they had heritage of the? Yeah,
are they responding to to invitations from previous years?
Who knew they had that sort of that sort of heritage? I mean, I was just it was. Yeah.
What's this about Chris Bean in Ireland? Is that actually a thing?
Chris O'Bean. Yeah.
Chris Bean.
Yeah, Chris O'Bean is
some questions about that, Lee.
Well, what it does mean is I've got a funny feeling we'll have a pretty decent episode of the Bad Poker podcast.
Is going to be Rosary or something, Lee. There's something I'm sure we can test them on.
Yeah, I'm not convinced, but anyway, that's all good. So yeah, so super looking forward to that. So that's going to be a cracking 2 days, but there is so much going on over the 6 days. Say 16 events in total. Get involved in the mini main. Get involved in the main event because you've got a number of chances of getting through to that. Super quality effort with the mixed games. So you've got Taurus event, you've got a dealer's choice, you've got an 8 game, you've got a low ball game, the normal PLO, PLO8 round of each, and no limit hold'em PLO. So yeah, absolutely superb. And I think 16 bracelet events across 6 days is just about right. That'll be a busy card room, but everyone should be able to get into what they want to. And actually, you should be able to play. Yeah, you should be able to play more because it's it's not going to be quite as crammed as it has done maybe in previous years. So, looking forward to it.
Lee, just listen to this. Listen to this. So 2 things from Danny. Danny's back. Danny, you know Danny.
Danny,
we spoke about
Strange.
him a little while ago.
Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he starts by saying, "Hope the Tesla breaks down." Right, let's get that one in first.
Wow. I mean, competitive or
so
what?
He throws a fist in the direction of Stefan, and then he throws a fist in the direction of our own Tom by saying, "I'm in the car with Lisa." Tom apparently hasn't told the captain. Well, our captain hasn't been told there isn't a heads-up round. What? Oh, that's magnificent.
Well, I mean, the details are all on the website.
Detail, Lee.
I mean, I'm now questioning it because I've gone off the schedule that's on the website. I may be spending my 5-hour train journey tomorrow from the south coast to Manchester redoing the spreadsheet.
Yeah. There might be a way out. There might be a way out for us here, Lee. Danny goes on to say, "Well, Kai, our captain hasn't told us anything, so it might be that El Capitano knows."
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. You're right on the day. Are we still going 14-handed?
Definitely 14-handed. I popped up the details on socials of how we were going to manage that off. Shouldn't be a problem whatsoever. We've practiced at craning the dealer into the middle of the table. Works perfectly well. Although they won't be able to take breaks. So if they do need to just,
like a Malta holiday park.
Yeah.
Ship them in.
It won't be a problem whatsoever. It will be fun. Yeah, as I say, we will sort all the necessary stuff out that we need to. We've been doing these team events long enough now that we can think on our feet if we need to on the day. But it will be fine. Thoroughly looking forward to it. We'll have 8 tables a go on Tuesday, and I think 1 o'clock start. I think tour starts at 2. So should be a fairly lively first day with plenty of the team players. Shouldn't be too busy in the card room, so we'll be able to have a catch up with some of the team players, maybe get a little bit of content, some video chats with the guys, and see how it's going. You've got about 10 minutes left if you want to reg for this satellite. I'm seeing lots of players that I don't normally see playing. I see Robbie Box is playing, which is John Seal. Carey's on this table as well. Die Farrell's there. Top of the table is one Carl Fandango. Then we've got Wolfie, who is Ed, who's had an absolute storming run on the satellites in recent times. Chester is Tom Thorpe, who will be up in Manchester. Payson is Nosy P, Wayne Parker, who I'm assuming will be at the Worlds, and then Mr. Bungle on this one as well. So yeah, you've got about 10 minutes if you want to get involved in this. I'm not sure how much. Let me see if I can get back to the lobby and see how much we're up to now. 18 at the moment. So we're currently playing 1 seat plus 20 quid. So if you want to get involved in this, I don't know that we're going to get that up to 2 seats, but we'll certainly get it up to maybe 70 or 80 quid for the runner up in this. So get involved if you want to do that. Well worth it tonight. If satelliting is not your thing, you haven't got the time, and just can't be bothered with the grind of the whole thing. I mean, look at them. Look at them all. Who wants to be doing this? Well, what you could do instead is buy yourself some poker raffle tickets if you want. Tomorrow night, we've got 3 draws, 3 winners we've doubled up on our Players' Choice seats, so you can win one of two £140 APAT Players' Choice seats tomorrow night, and we are drawing the winner of our £1,500 Pro package. Pretty much bankroll yourself through the Worlds next week. £1,500 is going to do, unless Luca from Italy wins it, where £1,500 probably won't do his entries for the week. But for pretty much most average poker players, 1,500 will probably do your buy-ins for the week and pay for your Airbnb or your hotel or wherever you're planning on staying, and your bit of petrol for your journey up or whatever it might be as well. So yeah, if you want to get involved in those, they are tomorrow night. We've got to pick 3 winners. We'll be doing that, and if I'm stuck on a train for any reason tomorrow night, I'll be dialing in to Des, and we'll be picking 3 winners at 9:00 tomorrow night. It's £1 a ticket for any of the 3 draws, but you've still got the chance until the Worlds of using the 20% off discount to celebrate 20 years of APAT. Just pop in code APAT20, and those £1 tickets become 80p tickets. Even better, spin 80 pence up to £1,500. That's the way to do it. Talking of spin ups, I mean, 80p into 1,500 is not bad, but how about 200 quid into over 300 grand? Because that is what happened at the Goliath today.
Is that what first took, Lee? Over 300?
Absolutely ridiculous numbers. They smashed the prize pool of 2 million. I think they ended up about 2.2 million. 14,500 entries across the week. I mean, hats off to the guys.
An amazing
it's not
performance.
It's not a perfect beast. I think everyone that goes to Goliath fully appreciates that the alternate list can be quite long and you're having to wait. It's got a lot better with the app and everything now, but you cannot just say anything other than positive things about hitting those sorts of numbers. And the final table was full of recreational poker players. Guys that were on one bullet, guys that just play pub poker, don't play much live. Absolutely phenomenal, really. As the payouts were set, the top 4 were all guaranteed 6 figures, so they were all guaranteed over 100 grand. There was 365,000 for the winner. Was the top money. Now at 4-handed, they did a deal.
First of all, Lee, that's insane. I am super impressed that players of that kind of experience have been gutsy enough to go down to 4-handed before they made a deal. Because when they were crazy numbers, you said
Now the monster stat the previous week, they did a deal 11-handed.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
In that it was crazy. Now the blinds, it's got to fit into a 3-day structure, whatever they do there. So
super fast.
So they were down to playing probably sort of 20 bigs average stack, maybe a little bit more than that, something like that, whatever. So when they did the deal, though, I must admit, Des, I did do a double. I did a double take at 4-handed because then I saw the deal pop up, and I'd kind of been keeping an eye on it and was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. That's a strange one. So one of the rules that Grosvenor have with their deals, it's normally an ICM deal, but they hold 10% of the remaining prize pool back that they have to play for the winner. So that number was 88,000 when they were 4-handed. So there was 885,000 left to play for. So 88 gets held back. Then they gave ICM numbers. And they spent a long time discussing this. And I went back and watched the live. I'd missed the live stream. I'd missed the
management.
No, the players. I'd missed the live stream bit when they were talking about this because I saw it pop up on socials. This is the done deal. And when I saw the done deal, I went, oh, okay, that does seem to be. So I thought, well, I'll go back and just see what happened. Because it ends up that one of the players out of the 4 had just over 50% of the chips in play.
Ooh.
And he ended up with 277,000 in this deal.
Right.
With 88,000.
Oh my God, he could have got more than first for winning.
Well, if he won it, he ended up with 20 quid more than first.
Oh my God. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Right.
So like you got, and so you can see why I was head scratching.
Yeah.
By the way, players are on a break, guys. You've got 5 minutes if you want to get into the satellite. So, but I will finish my Goliath story. So, so that I was head scratching that, going, wow, okay, because at that point I didn't know what the chip stacks were. I thought, well, maybe he was absolutely brutally monster stack, but he had 50%. Then you had a 17, a 16, and a 15. So the other three were pretty even. So I went back and watched what happened. And they all got together. They were given the ICM numbers, which were 277,000. Sorry, 244,000, 189, 184, 180. So the other three were pretty similar. And he was on for 244. But he wasn't happy with that.
Versus 350.
Yeah. So he was first he was leading the conversation. And basically he talked the other three.
What's the conversation for? I thought it was an ICM deal.
No, it's ICM. They're told the ICM numbers, but then it's up to them. Once they've taken the 10, once they've taken the 10% out, it's then up to them. And he basically talked the other three into all giving over 10 grand, which got him to a point where he could still win first place money. Well, plus 20 quid actually. It I don't have an issue with it because it's all legit and they're all sat down and it's big. And don't get me wrong, it's massive amounts of money. I mean, you sat and you don't, they were talking about it for a while, but eventually Mike, the TD was like, right, you're going to have 3 minutes. And if you can't make a decision, we're playing on kind of thing. So eventually they all seem genuinely happy with it. No, there wasn't any, I don't think there was anybody feeling that they'd been hard done by with this deal because they were all, four of them were still playing for the 88,000. Don't forget, albeit he had a bit of a chip lead, but it wasn't. We've all seen chip leaders four-handed it flip around, and we've all been in this game long enough. But I couldn't believe. But he must have had a number in his head to go, well, I still want to have the chance to win the first place money. So
they say, Lee,
it's a great deal. It's a great deal.
Right,
I posted up on the Grosvenor Facebook where they posted. I just said, so the chap was called Damon. I said, amazing deal for Damon because he's locked up 30 grand more than second place money with the chance to still win everything that was in the first place money. So from his point of view, great deal. And I suppose the other three have gone, well, we're locking up 170, 180 grand each with a chance to still win 80. So we're quite happy. Interesting. One of the players, Johnny, I think it was, he was on his first bullet with GG to get the 20% bonus as well.
Oh my God. Well, brilliant. Absolutely.
So that was, so that, and when they interviewed him afterwards, he said, well, he said that was in his thoughts with the deal anyway. If I lock up, because so the fourth place money was 111,000. So they all locked up 167, 173, 178. So they've all locked up 50 to 60 grand more than fourth place money. And of course, for the guy that had the 20% bonus as well, he's thinking, well, 20% of 170 grand opposed to possibly 20% of 111, building that into his numbers.
So the terms and conditions,
all good. Yeah.
The terms of that deal, is it 20% of like fourth place money or 20% of any deal?
No, it's 20% of what he's won.
So brilliant.
So
Mr. Chippy at that moment
they better honour that because they'd be bang out of order not to honour that. So
GG will have terms and conditions. They'll be as clear.
I cannot believe they won't.
The man's face.
I cannot believe they won't be honouring that. So but anyway, it played out. I don't want any spoilers just in case anybody was planning on watching it back. I don't know, so I don't know if I should say who actually ended up going on to win it. But that was the deal that they did, which is obviously cross socials anyway. But I'll happily say who won if you.
Well, we'll just put it this way: Lee is going to say who won it. So if you don't want to know, just cover your ears now. We're just going to say it in the next 5 seconds. So cover your ears if you don't want to know.
Cool. The guy that did the deal went on to win it eventually, having dropped pretty much the even stacks when they were three-handed, and then went on and won it and got it all in three-way in the end and won it. Yeah. So
that final deal, Lee, was such a piece of genius negotiation because of that extra 40k he got on the table, including 10 from himself. He's got 50% equity in it at the start of play, right, with his chips. So that's like a super strong position to be playing for that 40k. And on top of that, he has the chance to win the first place prize pool. So he's reduced his risk. He's locked up a big number. He's
good.
got no pressure. I mean,
it's really good.
Just a
No,
great
it's
all-round deal.
and if you want to go back and watch the vid, he's the one that starts the conversation.
Yeah.
So he's a chip leader at that point. So he's just, and funnily enough, Jay Harewood on the comms said, love the fact that actually he's just gone, all right, that's a good way to do it in that position. Don't sit back and wait to see what everybody else is going to say and whatever. Go in with, I'm chip leader. This is what I still want the chance to win first place money. So if you guys want to do a deal where you can all lock in 50 grand better than you potentially might get for finishing fourth, this is what I want.
Yeah. There's just one thing I would say, Lee, my 2 cents. That wouldn't have happened on Poker Stars in the glory days. ICM meant ICM. That wouldn't happen at DTG, where, as I understand it, ICM means ICM.
And it wouldn't happen with us.
Yeah, wouldn't happen with us. It kind of disadvantages a player who isn't either loud or a strong negotiator.
Agreed.
Or feels
Yeah.
pressure.
And when you're talking about those sorts of numbers,
yeah.
160 grand. So you're talking about a difference between, you could finish fourth for 111 or 160 or 170. So 50 or 60 grand, you're going to lock up an extra bit of that.
There's no need for it. There's 80k on the table to play for. There's no need.
Personally, I heard something when they were chatting it through, very briefly, and it may have been a nothing thing. I'm not sure whether they have gone away and agreed to chop up the 80, because they said they had to play for the 80, but I wonder whether because if I was in that situation, that playing for 80 still four-handed, and it was winner takes all for the 80 odd grand, 88,000, was nuts, because that should just have been split, even if you went, I don't know, 40 20 15 10 or something. I couldn't understand the four-handed winner takes all for 10% of the remaining prize pool. 80 odd thousand seems nuts to do that. Just spread it out. Now I wonder whether and again it got mentioned on comms that maybe that would have to be a gentleman's agreement if they wanted to do that. So but whether they will have all just agreed to go, yeah, all right, whoever ends up winning it we're just gonna split it 4 ways. Which would make more sense with the way the numbers were crunched in the end. Because as I say, that's the bit that got me, was like, how's this guy done a deal where he's ended up still able to win first place money and locked up 30 grand more than and locked up 30 grand more than second place money? That's the most ridiculous deal in the world. I mean, I'm not sure. Interesting. Let us know in the chat if you were in that 4, if you were one of the other 3, would you have said yes to that?
And what do you think happens?
Would you have said yes to that to the chip leader who had 50% of the chips? Would you?
Shorty there, Lee. Right?
Well, they were all similar. They were all similar. They were 15, 16, 17%. So pretty much they were all similar.
Huge amount of money.
Yeah. So it's 3 of them have got half the chips in play. The one guy, chip leader's got the other half.
Yeah. So here's the question. Yeah. Here's the question. If you are the shorty, so there's power to being the shorty, even if the difference is actually
because you can say, because it only takes
okay,
one to say it only takes one to say no, and say, actually, do you know what? Because actually, third place money was 163. So third place money was pretty much what they've locked up, what they were locking up anyway. So it's that difference between you're not being, necessarily going to second place money was 245. So it is that thing of, well, do I want to be the one that ends up with 110 for finishing fourth when I could lock up 160, 170?
That's a powerful position to be able to say,
isn't it just? Yeah.
I'm happy with 110. I have no issues with that. I'm not settling for this deal. Right. Mr. Chip Leader, you put 20k back, you give us 5k each, or you do whatever you got to do. But I wonder how the chip leader would have responded had a bit of pressure been put on him, because as we all know, 50% is beautiful at that moment in time, but it's an ever-evolving moment in time, right?
Exactly. But let us know in the chat, what would you do if you were one of the 3 shorter stacks? Are you happy with the are you happy with that deal where the chip leader potentially can still win first place money, or would you be turning around and going, actually, no, do you know what? I'll take my chances here.
Take my chances, Danny.
They were quite shout. They were structure wise. It wasn't
hell is that?
wasn't loads new. You giving us a bit of
I was just going to play a bit of music for you there, Lee.
Yeah,
Danny
nice.
just said, "Hey, Des, your mic is quiet." So I went into my mixer there, just
All right.
turned it up a bit and pulled my microphone a little bit closer. Hopefully that is better.
So meanwhile, I see. So Wayne's in the chat saying, yeah, he's Friday and Saturday at the Worlds. So look forward to catching up with you then, Wayne. Hope you're well.
Wow, what a deal! What a deal for Mr. Leader. Lewis is out there as well. Lee Lewis Young on the YouTube. Hi to you, Lewis. Wowzers!
But yeah, let us know. Say when it comes to deals. Obviously, for those that are aware, with APAT, we offer ICM these days. I mean, crikey, how times have changed.
Do we charge for that, Lee? Do we charge for that?
We do. We charge a fee for it now. But our ICM deal is very simple. It's final table only, and it can be offered at any time in final table. But if it's ICM and ICM only, don't play on, and it includes any medals or anything else, or whatever your finishing stacks are is where you will finish, and therefore if you've got the most chips, you will be declared the winner. Pick up the APAT gold medal, pick up the bracelet, and whatever the ICM cash equivalent is, and that's it. We ended it there. We don't play on for anything else. So that's the deal that is offered in all of our events these days, which feels like a sensible compromise to those players that sometimes when it's big, certainly some of our bigger tournaments, it's significant amounts of money. So I can understand that.
I'll tell you what, Lee, we wouldn't have done that 20 years and 1 day ago.
No, we wouldn't. We certainly wouldn't. Can you believe it?
Standards have slipped.
The time flies. You sent a message yesterday to Tom and myself to say 20 years ago today. Yeah, and it was you sent me a link to Blonde, but the Blonde server was down, so I don't know whether you broke
Basically,
it.
Everything is down, Lee. In 20 years, very little remains of what was then.
But that was but basically, so 20 years ago yesterday, you posted up on Blonde saying, this is what we're doing, kind of thing.
We were in.
Yeah.
We were in the Pokemon
but yeah.
We were all over
tell the
UK
people.
forums.
Tell the people what happened 20 years ago.
APAT launched on August the 1st, 2006. It was a very, very exciting day. And it's remarkable to think 20 years later, a full 20 years, Lee, we're still here. We have seen so many go by the wayside, the Virgin Tour, the Gallicoral Tour. There's many tours have come and gone. But we're still here, still getting great numbers, which is wonderful. And the amazing thing is, Lee, many of the players who were playing us back there in 2006 still playing with us. It's nuts. But of course, you think of a specific.
Oh well, I should just point out it's not nuts because that's a different thing altogether.
They weren't invented. I don't think
that was Dragon's Den, wasn't it?
Dragon's Den. I think I should have been on there. We should have sent the chip leader on our behalf, representing APAT on Dragon's Den way back then from Goliath. But in any event, August the 1st is the date. But of course, a lot of work was done before August the 1st. And, Richard Prue and TK were a big part of that, as indeed was Mel Loftus, bless her, her soul passed away some years ago, Mel, of course. A ton of work was done prior to, and we had this dramatic moment on the evening before the go live with every forum post planned, the poker magazines going out with us and everything, where PayPal got in touch and said, oh, by the way, lads, you can't do the thing you want to do, having agreed they were going to do it. And we'd advertised everywhere, with little membership fee. Where was
LuxemPay when you needed it, Des? Hey, where was it? Yeah,
a mere seed in the founder's
eye. Twinkle in somebody's eye, that was, yeah.
A twinkle indeed. So Stefan is back in the post. He's posting in the chat, Lee. 10 years ago, we have an APAT party in Manchester. What do we have this year? No party. But we have APAT though.
No, we do. Well, what we've done is we did consider. I think if you remember 10 years ago, we were 30. I think we was one of our 32 event years, so we managed
to break.
Yeah,
everybody needed a break.
we picked a night where we said we'd stop at about 9 o'clock, and
right.
and everyone could go out and have a party. I mean, JP brought the beers. I mean, if I remember rightly, so. Yeah, so I think with only 16 events this year, and obviously us being back at Manchester for the first time in a little while, we very much felt probably trying to put a social night on wouldn't be appropriate. But that doesn't mean that obviously there won't be things going on. As I say, there's plenty of stuff happening. If anyone wants to play mini golf, you're very welcome to do that on a Thursday. Just chat to the usual suspects to get that sorted. But yeah, basically, we'll have stuff going on most of the nights once people have bust out the poker. And you're in Manchester. Manchester's a great place to be. There's plenty of really cool bars and clubs and restaurants and places to visit. So say somewhere a little bit different than Nottingham for the last few years. So we'll make it work in the next week. We didn't want to actually put anything kind of too cemented in place because it would take up one of the 6 evenings, and we've kind of had to work quite hard we've had to work quite hard to get the schedule structured so that the venue are okay with it. They feel they can staff it well and give the quality service that they want to provide. And don't forget, all of the Grosvenor guys are coming off the back of 14 days at Goliath. So the Manchester cardroom manager has been at Goliath for the last week, and pretty much is gonna rock up. They've had a really, really busy but enjoyable time of it. You know, they've had between like 150 plus dealers at Goliath every day. For nearly 2 weeks. So we're very aware of all of that, and obviously it was really good that they could find a slot to fit us in the summer, because obviously bank holiday August dates, they do their own thing as well. So tricky to do. So but we'll make it work though. Not a problem whatsoever.
Yeah. Lee, listen, we have I'm not sure whether we would consider this the left or the right in the chat box, but Wayne is out there. He said, APAT is different. It's a slippery slope offering deals. No deals. He said, what's next? People playing in sunglasses?
Outrageous.
Hey, Lee?
Yeah.
Hey?
Yeah, it's absolutely outrageous.
No deals.
Not going to happen, is it? Yeah. Yeah, we try not messing move with the times, but it's just we end up, it's the same as the re-entry thing. Obviously you'd love to just run freeze outs, but the amount of people that say, oh well, if I'm bust, what am I going to do? And I can't, and I've come all this way, and so we're very aware of trying to find a balance between what works for recreational poker players and I think the re-entry balance is about right. It's taking into account the fact that you're incurring costs and time to come to an event, so we want to make sure you've got opportunities to play. It certainly isn't necessarily in our benefit for it to be firing loads of re-entries or anything like that, and I think also the deals, and we've only just noticed it as our price point goes up a little bit and the prize pools get a little bit bigger, and some of our bigger events are getting 400, 500, 600 runners. When you're playing for, we just talked about the numbers at Goliath. Even sat down when we're playing for 10 grand up top in one of our main events, it's a lot of money. And sometimes when you get 2 or 3 or 4 handed, I think giving the players the opportunity, if they want to do a deal, and it's very strict on how we do it. It's ICM only. It's not open to any sort of discussion or negotiation. It is what it is. I think we've only seen it happen. We brought it in last year, and I think we've seen it maybe 2 or 3 times. Because ultimately. And Wayne's quite right. Obviously, APAT we're based on it being freeze outs, but if you're sat at the table and you don't want to do the deal, you don't do the deal. Yeah. It needs everybody to agree to it. And I know sometimes people can feel a little bit awkward about it, but we're always there, and the tournament staff and cardroom staff are there as well, and they certainly wouldn't allow anybody to feel awkward about it. Ultimately, if you don't want to deal and want to play it on, I'm one of those that benefited hugely from a tournament where you couldn't do a deal. So probably gained me about another 20 grand. So from a little while back, because that was an event that wasn't no deals were allowed because it was being filmed.
Yeah.
And they wanted a winner. So I do get it. I
On
certainly do get
exactly
it.
the same kind of theme, Lee, Danny says, look, deals are fine, but I don't think it's right that the medals bracelets are handed out too. They should be meant to play for, as it takes away from earning them. Well, I guess it's the same thing, right? If you do not want to do the deal, you don't do the deal. But the concern is always that when there's always one player on the table, once they've locked up the cash, it is about the medals.
I think
the
reason we do the way we've done it, when Tom and I spent a lot of time talking it through one way or the other, what do we think was the right thing to do? And our biggest thing with anything wasn't actually about the money. Our biggest thing was about fundamentally the tournament itself and keeping the tournament honest, and when you're playing for medals and bracelets or a title, an APAT champion, that was kept honest and fair. And the only way you can do that is to say, okay, well, if you want to do a deal, it's done. So when we're putting added value in and everything like that, that's all part of the package. I think, as you say, Des, the minute you lock up the money, it just goes it can go a little bit crazy. And that basically then just kind of ruins the end of the tournament. So ultimately, if you're all agreed, quite happy where it is, and I'm happy to take home the bronze medal and that amount of money, then that's it, done.
Brilliant. Listen, Lee, Tony Ross has just hit the big old proverbial nail on the head. He says, I think we should go back to £70 buy-in, free food at the dinner break, and clapping every time somebody goes out. Amen, brother. Let's do it. I'm in.
So basically, what Tony's saying is he wants a cheap night out, free dinner, and the clap. Is that what he's saying? Yeah,
that's what he said.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's what I read. Said. That's what I read. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's places you can get that, Tony. If that's
you're going to the right spot, mate. Manchester, you'll do fine. You'll do just fine up there.
That's what you're after. Them's were the days. And
who created that, Lee? That was amazing.
TK, wasn't it?
A free buffet.
Yeah. TK was the clap thing, wasn't it? Yeah, with the applause of it. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but
TK was never more than a gentleman, Lee. Never more than.
Although I still to this day question whether what was delivered at the Edinburgh Maybury one year could be classed as a buffet. I'm not completely.
More accurately, it could be classed as the clap itself.
What was oozing out of those pies one year was pretty exceptional to say the least.
Clapping, I'm definitely on board with that. What a good shout.
Yeah, but you do think it's crazy when you think about it. 20 years ago, it was. Yeah, I mean, for anyone that doesn't know, has come later into APAT. So first events were £75 buy-in, no reg fee. Reg fee was covered by the sponsor. You say it was a free buffet that was put on at all the venues, and it was a proper spread of food.
It was a spread, all right.
Yeah, it was absolutely proper.
It's good.
The winner of the first ever APAT event was a lovely young man called Daniel Phillips. He won an EPT seat as added value, didn't he, for the first event? Courtesy of PokerStars back in the very, very, very beginning at the Broadway in Birmingham. That's how it was. And back then, 20 years ago, nobody was doing deep stack tournaments, sensible buy-ins. You got to remember, so 20 years ago, it's the same year Dusk Till Dawn launched.
They launched the year after, apparently.
Oh, the year after. They were in the process of, it was all happening, wasn't it? Yeah, around that time. GUKPT launched that year. Just after, but launched the same year. So at that time, it was a case of you go down your local casino and you might get 3,000 chips on which might be 30 bigs or something to start with, or 60 bigs, and that was the tournaments. That's all there was. Yeah.
You get 3,000 chips for your 30 quid, and some snarly bloke sat beside you who smelled and basically growled at you every time you did something wrong.
Yeah,
That
it
was
was
the seed.
wasn't a great experience. And so what APAT gave was the chance to play a 2-day tournament, so a proper structure with a decent clock, and for 75 quid. So what the sort of stuff that people had seen on the television in kind of the say what when they were showing, the kind of the highlights of some of the bigger tournaments when kind of late night poker was on the go and that kind of thing. And and the chance to go and experience that sort of quality tournament, but for an exceptionally low bind. And of course, it's interesting 20 years down the line, and everyone's kind of not copied it, but they've all realized that actually, if you want to attract recreation, you only have to look at Goliath.
Yep.
£200 buy-in comp, 14,000 runners. It's the realization that yes, you can have all these big tournaments, but if you haven't got the flow through of low buy-in comps for players, it's they don't get to play. And as Tony says in the chat, 75 buy-in with a 40-minute clock was unheard of. Yeah,
and I can tell
absolutely.
you, our first WCOAP, and we're about to have maybe the 15th, maybe the 16th WCOAP, maybe even more. But Tony reached the final table of the first WCOAP main event at the London Vic. I want to say finished second, heads up, lost to Nick
Jenkins.
Nick Jenkins, I think. I recall being there.
I think Nick's going to be at the Worlds this year.
Is he really? Incredible.
I think so. Yeah.
And so Tony would know. Like that was in season 2. We had a slightly different version for season 1. And kind of one of the things that I'm most proud of is that you occasionally see a young lad who's streaming and he's representing Trough Poker or something like that. And, he's got a sponsorship. I'm a sponsored player. We have been sponsored for 20 years consecutively. I don't know of anybody else in the poker world, globally, that has been sponsored for 20 consecutive years by tier 1 operators. None of you Trough Poker or Coin Poker or, sort of sign me up.
Have we spoken to Trough Poker?
They're on the list for next
year.
Yeah.
Good.
You get far enough down.
Yeah.
But thankfully, we've been sponsored by some great brands, and they've enabled
us. Will they pay us by like Dogcoin or something?
No, we get paid by Dodge, Lee. We don't take any of that other stuff. Dodge.
Speaking of the first Worlds, of course, one of the winners there is a young man who will be back at the Worlds this year, as he's back in the UK for a break.
Mr. Howard.
One Dave Howard, yeah. So Dave will be in Manchester this year, and he won the Omaha. I want to say, was it because it was Omaha Raz in the main event, wasn't it? The first one at the Vic.
There will be a video of a fresh-faced, very young-looking Dave Howard on YouTube.
He looks no different. Looks no different to this day. Honestly, Dubai has done very well for him. Honestly, he's looking fine.
What a 20 years it has been. Stefan is out there. He's torturing himself at this point, Lee. He's still talking about food. He's talking about fish and chips.
He didn't start. I think Danny started the fish and chips. So last time I think we were in Manchester, there was I want to say it was like a bus or a double-decker bus outside it being converted and did food.
No, really?
In the car. Actually, it might not have been in the car. That? It might not have been in the car park. I didn't go to it, so maybe it wasn't in the car park. Guys, was it in the road next to the car park? I want to say the other side. I can't believe they would just let it park up in the car park, but maybe they did. But the guys will say just to know for sure. But yeah, and it was doing and everyone was raving about it, and you could just go and sit on the double decker bus and eat fish and chips and whatever else they had. So well worth it as. So if it's still there. So, yeah.
Listen, Lee Barrett, LBPN, right? Poker Nights, Lee Barrett. Hey, Lee, hope you're well. Evening, guys. Just jumped on. Sorry to hijack the chat. Not sure what's already been asked, but I'm planning on playing a few events in the WCOP this week. Just had a few questions. So, looking at the schedule, I was wondering why the Thursday 8 p.m. and Friday 7 p.m. flights of the main are on a 20-minute clock, and Wednesday 7 p.m. and Friday 1 p.m. are on 25-minute clocks. Also, just checking the round of each on the Wednesday is just 4-card PLO alternating with No Limit Hold'em. So I would imagine the question to the second should be on the website. Maybe you know, Lee, maybe you don't. We can
Right,
certainly answer.
the answer to the round of each is yes. It is just normal
is
PLO.
that.
Yeah,
In
so
regards
that's
to the
that's
the clock on the main. Sounds a bit weird. Might be an admin thing, Lee. We'll have a look into it. Lee's just doing his thing.
No, I think I did question it with Tom whether it was right, and he said yeah, he was they were happy with what they'd done. I think the two later ones were just on a slightly lesser clock just to fit to get a sensible finish time. I think that was my understanding of it. So yeah, so you've got a couple of options to play with a 25, but otherwise it's a 20. So I think it was just to fit in with resource wise for the venue as to what they've got going on from what my understanding. So yeah, it's not an admin error. It is what's there is what's happening. So as I've just double checked Tom's
yeah. I guess the only question there would be there are 2 7 p.m. flights. However, I would imagine a Friday evening schedule is going to be a hell of a lot busier.
Yeah, no, it's to do with the exactly. That's exactly the thing. They've looked at it from a structure of what they're expecting, and yeah, that's what they've gone for. So yeah, we've just tried. So where possible, we've tried to be, supporting the room in making sure that they can put on the event, and so if it's occasionally it's need to make a couple of these slight adjustments, then that's what we'll do.
So I'm going to ask the follow-on question that I'm sure Lee would ask if he was sat here, and I think I know the answer, but the question would be, how do we equalize it all once we get down to the final X percent? And I assume you're going to say, well, generally we do a bit of a rollback.
Yeah, well, it won't make a difference. It shouldn't make a difference because you're going to play to 15% of the field anyway, and so whether you're on a 20-minute clock or a 25-minute clock, you're playing to 15% of the field. And we always start day 2 with a roll back to 33 big blinds, which is normally level. Normally level, I think it's 16, which is 10k, 20k, I think it is. So it pretty much is there. I don't think you'll actually see a massive difference between a 20-minute clock and a 25-minute clock on a day 1 of a main event.
You'll just go a bit earlier.
It'll be you'll see it, a slight bit, but I don't think you'll see a massive difference. We're on the final table of the satellite. Let's give a quick shout out to what we've got there. So Jammy Jimmy is chip leader, who won on Friday night as well. So looking good at the moment. Who else have we got there? Fish and Chips is second in chips. Wayne Parker is third in chips. Then we've got Di, VL09 Hog, and an Ed Wolfie 2505, who's the short stack with 12 bigs. So I'm going to guess we're playing for a seat plus some cash. Let me see if I can quickly find out back in the lobby how much the cash is going to be. No, wrong one. It's going to be 50 quid worth of cash. So good luck. A seat plus 50 quid. Well, 50 quid's nearly a buy-in, nearly a 70 quid buy-in. So or save it and use it for the WCAP online, which is going to be in 2 weeks' time on Sky. So plenty of options on what to do with that.
Lee comes back and says, okay, guys, was just checking. It wasn't a typo on the schedule. Cheers, fellas, much appreciated. Thank you, Lee. Lee goes on to say, I'll take the extra 5 minutes just in case.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, absolutely. No, don't get me wrong. It's it's say I would play the 25s as well, but we have run turbos with like 15 minutes on that clock, and it actually runs pretty well as well.
Turbo Lee, listen,
really,
Danny's out there being militant, Lee. He says, look, the common theme in the schedule, I win the turbo, championships discontinued. I win the round of each, PLO 8, discontinued. Chop the HR, discontinued. Conspiracy theory. Danny, we don't think there'll be any change required in the schedule next year. Good luck.
Yeah. Just I mean, you'd have thought the guy would take a hint by now, wouldn't you? I mean, to be honest, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, like, I don't know how more blunt we need to be with it.
He
To
does
be
say he'll have
perfectly
no
honest,
team
yeah.
event next year.
Yeah. Well, we have kind of introduced a few additional teams this year, Danny, to try and make it a little bit more interesting from you. We'll see how you get on with the team from China this year. Let's see how you cope with them, and we've got the Belgium crowd back as well. So it's going to be fine. We've got the USA and Canada both in, and we know the USA can pretty much fix any event going on, not a problem whatsoever. If you beat them heads up, one quick phone call to Washington, and I'll be getting an email going. I think we need to fix this. I think we need to fix this spreadsheet, and I'll be all right. No problem, Donald. I will get that sorted for you, my friend. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, we know how it's going to work. I fancying a USA win this year. Really am.
I'll tell you what, Lee, I don't know about a USA win, but I see. I mean, he hasn't said anything, but he might be out there. He might not. Carl, I think from our old Switzerland team. Do you remember Carl?
Yeah.
I think Carl might have popped his head into the chat. I hope he's
cool.
there. If you are, say hello, Carl. We'd love to hear from you. Hope you are well, my friend. And Marianne, of course. What a great bunch they were, the Swiss.
Yeah, well, we've had loads. I mean, loads of the different, and it's great that we see different formats of the team players coming. So we switch it around kind of on a reasonably regular basis. So Ireland has changed skipper again this year. Angie's back skippering the Northern Irish team this year. Luca's back with the Italians this year. Haven't seen them for a few years now. Dan Austin is picking up the reins for Wales this time round. So it's nice that we can chop and change it. Claire is
amazing
captaining for Scotland. She's been not desperate to do it for a while, but she's been very deserved choice of skipper for Scotland. So we'll see how that goes. And of course, we've got Chillmaid versus Chillmaid going on. USA versus Scotland this year as well. I don't know how that's going to end up. I mean,
tricky.
I mean, Jason could be sleeping in the car if he's not careful. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, but
I was having a chat with Shug earlier on today, and he said unfortunately he's not going to be there next week. Gutted. Love to see Shug. He's not going to be there next week. I think he's having a wisdom tooth removed or something on Thursday, and it's just not worked out for him. So there's going to be a one or two that will miss it.
Well, I know. Yeah, I know. We've got a situation where we've obviously because of the change, the change of dates, and it was a tricky one. Unfortunately, we found out earlier on in the year that Dust Till Dawn were going to be unable to host this year for us. They told us back in February, and of course we were just kind of assuming it was all going to be good to go again. So we had to kind of had a little bit of a rearrange. And of course, the minute we're then having to look elsewhere, those bank holiday dates become pretty much impossible for any other venue to do. So we had no option but to move the dates completely, which obviously messed up some people. I mean, Dan Williams, friend of the show, he's going to try and get. I think he's trying. He's trying to get there on Sunday. For one day, he's going to try and get up there on Sunday for one day. Unless we got to say Ace King versus Ace King, unless we had a runner with the diamonds there, but we didn't. But we know Dan's got form of rocking up to the Worlds for one day, winning a bracelet and leaving again. So you never know. It might work out well.
I'm laughing, Lee, because Richard Baker has kind of quietly crept into the chat, on YouTube, probably watching it on the big screen, and he said, "Ooh, bring back Silky." I mean, that's all I can say. That's all I can say, my friend.
Love it. Yeah.
Good work. Well said. You can dip back out now. Your work here is done. Meanwhile, Strange Danny Lee said, quality response, guys. That made our car journey a bit better. Interestingly, Lisa and Danny listening to the APAT show in the car, probably on some motorway heading from Coventry, I assume, to Manchester, maybe. Who knows? So we should say something like, in 400 yards, take the next left.
Yeah. Don't worry if
Don't
the lights
break.
are red. Yeah, no. Is he? What's he asking? What's the question?
That was it.
Is
He
he
was saying,
asking
I
questions?
think he was complimenting Lee. Sorry, that's
Is
why
it
you're
not?
confused.
Is it not a question?
I don't think there was a question there. I think he was saying that.
Are you
that
sure
our
there's
car
not a
duty
question?
Better. There's probably a
Have,
question.
have you
Tell
not?
me.
Have you not
There might be a
scored?
question now. So here we go. It's just come in on the vid
The
printer,
question.
Lee.
Yeah, I saw the question. Yeah.
Is there anywhere where we can see who's in what team? Oh, if only we had somewhere where somebody could see
Yeah.
who's in what team.
I have got that. The problem I've got at the moment is obviously I don't know who's playing what at the moment, so I haven't. So the whole thing's
honest.
set up. I did send a picture to Des. I mean, you could. Are you able to post? Are you able to put that up or not?
What a picture. What picture?
The one that I sent you. Are you able to put
This
that
one?
up? But
This one?
Yeah, but no.
What one?
No, it was the leaderboards one. But the point is the draw's been made by country, but I don't
I
yet
know what you're talking about. No, I haven't.
But I don't yet know. I don't yet know who's playing what at the moment. So
To be honest,
until I know that, yeah.
What 24 hours ago we had a situation where Tom was saying, "Wow, these guys here, they might not be able to make it now. We're gonna, but these guys over here, they're new. They could possibly make it." Oh my God! Every year.
I
think we're fine.
I can confirm who's in the England team if that's any help. But
can you change it? Can you change it?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know who doesn't know. I mean, I thought most people would know. I mean, let me go through the home nations. Obviously, everyone knows. So reigning champs, and they're going for the three-peat. So they are on for back to back, captained by the one and only Lisa Greer. Basically, she is, what makes that team tick.
Quality of the team.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, Danny is in the team along with Kai and Joby.
Sponge Boy.
Good luck to them. They're going for the three, and it would be just pretty historic if they were able to pull it off. But they have got 13 other teams up against them. Let me talk through the home nations. Let's do that. And obviously, probably the most successful home nation of all time is Wales. Even more than England, to be honest. Yeah. So as I mentioned, Dan Howson is skippering them. Warren Jones is back playing for them. Johnny Rees is playing for them, and so is Phil Wise. I think Phil and John both played out in Prague. So not Prague, in Ash earlier on in the year. Mentioned for Northern Ireland, Angie Doherty is skippering them. Dave Green is in that team along with Adam Wilkinson. Wilco is in there, who's having a cracking year on the UK tours, and Roger Parr makes up that team. Ireland is skippered by the one and only Tomo. Ian Thompson is taking up the reins there, and he's gone old school.
We always go old school, Lee. Come on.
Yeah. He's gone old school. That have trodden the path once or twice before in Kevin O'Hanlon and John Murray, and then he's then gone left field with
Charlton
with Chris O'Bean. So yeah. The Jack Grealish of the poker world. Or is that the other way around?
That went the other way around. You took all of our best players.
yeah. So that's Ireland and Scotland. Yeah. So Claire Duffy is captaining them, and she's also got Joe Chilmate in that team, Roddy Farmer, and the one and only, got a story for everybody, Tom Banks.
Tommy Banks, a great team, Lee. And listen, it's only fair. I sang a little bit of Bread in Heaven. I should do the Scottish number as well. So here you go.
Harsh. No,
come on, Claire.
No Scotland, no party, Des. I think is the way it works. I think that's how it's happening. So Andreas is skipper in the Netherlands with Stefan, Darren, and Jerome back again in the Tesla on their way over. Who else have we got? John Young is back with the Canadian team with the Tashi brothers, Richard and Jiggs, and Derek Potter makes up the fourth for them. USA have switched their captain up, so Mary Lequette is going to captain the USA team, and they've got Carey, Juliet Forster, and also Jason Chilmaid. Mentioned the Chilmaid versus Chilmaid thing going on.
Go
Germany,
USA.
yeah,
Nice
Germany. Stefan Roder, captaining the German side. Peter Wagner, Christian Weismann, and Tobias Toby Kruger is back again for the German team.
Always, Lee, always the most entertaining team in the whole thing. Once you get near the end, the Germans just come alive for entertainment.
Yeah, absolutely. Completely agree with that. Then we've got the Macedonian team are back, which is Thomas. Who else have we got? Mike. Yeah, Mike, Nikolai, and Tom Yanev for them. And then the Belgians are back, which is Christophe Chantis, Nicky Godien, Eggy Adrians, and Michael Altena. And I think that is.
And what about the Chinese team?
Oh,
Lee?
no,
Are
no.
you gonna-
Oh, yeah, no. I've
Come
missed
on,
two.
let's hear
Yes,
those.
no, I've missed two.
Four.
So
Let's
I
hope
missed
they're
two.
natively written.
So the Italians first
Mandarin.
of all. Let's go with the Italians first of all, which is Luca. Catalo is back, and David Costabile and Nicolai Aldeghi from Italy, which means we're just left with the Chinese, which is Ding Fan, Jun Mao, Dongs Hoi, and Wan Tao Tang. So they are the Chinese team.
Brilliant. That's a good effort, Lee, on the international pronunciation.
Yeah, we're good. We're just waiting on confirmation from the Swiss of a couple of the players. So once we've got that, that'll be locked in, and we'll be good to go. So yeah, they're the teams. So yeah.
My favourite event out of all of the APAT events that we do over the course of a 12-month season is that one. We've had so much fun and, serious kind of competition and everything with that event over the years. It is just my absolute favourite.
It could be carnage on Wednesday night.
So.
Yeah. Now we're hoping to do some streaming from it. So you're not going to be in Manchester until later on in the week. But I think actually that may work to our advantage for the team event, because I think it means I can pretty much. You're going to be avoiding all of the carnage and the craziness going on, which means you should be able to actually get some streams from me and get some good content there. I can then throw in all the necessary stuff going on in the card room whilst trying to update the scores and everything. And I think we should be able to give people a good flavour for what's going on. Certainly on the Wednesday when they're playing the MTT and it's playing down to a winner. So that will be the plan. So I think so.
Look forward to that. Mucho.
It should be good. It should be good. Still six-handed in this satellite. Nobody seems to want to leave, and they're still reasonably stat. Chip Leader's is now fish and chips with 43 bigs. Jammy Jimmy's got 36. Wolfie's 31, and Wayne is all in for his 13 bigs. Being called by Die 6-10 versus 9s. It's the 9s at risk. Sorry, 6-10, King 10 even. King on the flop, and that's going to be Die done. But we will see Die in Manchester this week. So unlucky in the satellite. Die. Looking forward to catching up with you in Manchester. I think she's chauffeuring Carl Pilgrim about, by the sounds of it. So,
wowzers, good. Aces in the chat. Lee says, "Been a good evening." Smiley face. Another satellite win and another main event seat won. Nice, well done, Asa. And Richard Baker, he snuck back in again, Lee, and sort of in an almost silent type whisper, he's gone, Silky, with lots of question marks. It's bizarre. It's becoming a little bit stalkerish right now, Lee.
Ever so slightly.
Might have to report him.
We're talking like, are we talking German team from whenever that was?
Well, I mean, Silke and Jan and Stefan and Jürgen, were coming in 09, 10, 11, maybe 12.
Luton, I think might have been the first time.
Luton, and of course, Richard
was it the first? Was it the first year? Was Luton? Was it their first year? Luton was the one where we ended up Poland versus France in the three-way heads up. No, that was the year before. Was it a year after? I can't remember what that was.
Was a different year. I know in the main event. It could have been. It could have been Lee. It could have.
Might have been the same year. That was the Europeans. The first time they came over and played. Right? Yeah,
frankly is
did we have the Europeans on the Thursday and Friday of that? Then is that how we did it? I can't remember.
yeah, probably something
Because
like that.
I'm sure that Poland, France, where they were tied, so they played
that
three
was
heads-up games. So
insane.
I think that was a European team event rather than the Worlds.
And I think that was, I remember the little magazine that I tested doing. I did that in late 2009. So that would have been.
I think that was
2009.
I think that was the was that year. I should have pointed out retro WCOAP T-shirt. I'm sure there's a few of you that have got these at home somewhere. I'm trying to think what year we did. 3 years ago. These were 3 or 4 years ago.
Any APAT merch up there, Lee?
No, we're not. Oh, you got books you want to give away, really? Okay, so I have to look down because you're on a different screen. When I've
times
got
are tough, Lee. Times are tough. You just got to get here.
Yeah, I've got the Facebook screen, and occasionally I forget that it's the Facebook feed I've got up on the left-hand side, and you're doing something, and I'd have to look down to see what it is you're doing. But however,
down on me, folks, he looks down on me.
I know a man with a van, and my man with a van is bringing a box full of APAT merch up to Manchester. So we've got some T-shirts, and we've got some baseball caps, and we've got some bucket hats, and we've got one or two, and I mean one or two hoodies. They are going to the idea is the T-shirts and stuff we will just be giving away this week. So
amazing.
All of the Vegas 27 stuff, so all branded up with APAT and Sky and poker raffles and Vegas 27. So yeah, we've got some T-shirts, baseball caps and bucket hats that we're going to give away, and I've got there's first dibs on the hoodies to a couple of people that have won stuff, so they need to have them first. But then if I've then got a couple of spare hoodies left, we'll find a home for those as well.
I'll tell you what, Lee, that is great news. It's 20 years. We talked about 20 years, Lee. Did I tell you 20 years of APAT?
We've done some merch over 20 years.
Lee, one of my favorite stories remains the strange day when two forces collided. We're at DTD, and I turned up like on day 2 or something like that. Just wafted in as I tended to do back then. I waft in even later these days. But anyway, came in the door, and Rich Prue, Ticey, came to me. He was very proud. He said, "Oh, Des, if you want anything, I've set up a little tab at the bar." I said, "A tab, Lee?" I said, "A tab, Rich? A tab? You set up a tab?" I was very nervous about bars back then. I'm equally nervous today, but we didn't have a lot of money. We had to be careful. Yeah, I set up a little tab. It's be totally fine, Des, just for the staff. And I've said, how do they know? How do they know, Rich, who's staff? And he said, well, I told them, APAT jersey, got the APAT jersey on, it's fine. Put that on the tab. This was the day that you brought thousands of shirts, each with an APAT logo to the thing. I said, Rich, all of those things hanging over there, they look like APAT shirts with logos on, or the staff going to differentiate. Yeah. He just turned around and went back to the bar.
We've done we've done some decent different merch over the years, and not just ours. I mean anybody that's still got a Betfair T-shirt, which I think Simon Lawler might be the only one that still does have one, from season 4. I mean they are in. I don't even know whether you can get them on eBay anymore, to be honest, with those. But yeah, we've done some decent merch over the years, and tried to either raise some money for charity or just give it away where possible. I certainly don't think we've ever made any money at the merchandise.
Oh, Jesus, no. Never made a single penny out of merch. To be honest, I don't think we've ever made a single penny out of anything, Lee.
No, to be honest, this is very much been.
I'm still working on my first carpet for the back of the car.
This is very much. It's got bad enough. Des is having to write a book to make money.
Times are hard.
Yeah,
I'm not making any money on that either. What the hell?
I genuinely think it's very much been a 20-year passion project. That's that is for sure. If anybody wants any advice on how to launch a recreational
to not make money,
poker tour, we'll tell you how not to do it. That's for sure. Ace Jack versus tens. It's the Ace Jack at risk and a Jack on the flop for VL09 Hog. And Wolfie's going to need a 10 to get out of this, and he's not, and he's going to hand over half of his stack across the table, and they are four-handed now. Fish and Chips, who was the chip leader, is now the short stack with just 9 bigs, and they're going in the middle on this hand. Are we going to get a caller from Jammy Jimmy, who won the satellite on Friday night, looking to do the back-to-back? Wolfie did back-to-back last weekend, Friday night and the Sunday night. Jammy Jimmy is going for back-to-back. I don't actually know who Jammy Jimmy is. I haven't found out yet. I'm assuming they're going to rock up at the Worlds and go, "Hi, I'm Jammy Jimmy. Where's my ticket?" Yeah,
if you were Jammy Jimmy, Lee, you probably wouldn't want people to know.
Of course, you do realise now I've just said that, you know what's going to happen all week now. I'm just going to have people coming up to the desk going, "Lee, hi, I'm Jammy Jimmy."
Hey, Lee, I recognise you.
And I'm going to go, "Danny Strange." No, you're not Jammy Jimmy. Yeah. Although in saying that, he might be Jammy Jimmy, and he could be literally in the car with Lisa watching the stream and playing the satellite. I wouldn't put it past Danny to be doing that, to be honest. So
I'll tell you what, Lee, the Bush Telegraph must have been operating somewhere, because Joanne, Chillmate, Joe, Scottish.
Is she,
Joe.
I was going to say, is she in trouble? Is she in trouble? Are we
calling
her Joanne?
Well, she must have known we were talking about the Chillmate, the Battle of the Chillmate.
Joe, you've clearly done something wrong, because Des is calling you Joanne. So
Joanne.
You're clearly in trouble. Right. You're in trouble. I don't know what you've done, but you're in trouble.
We're back in 2020, Lee. It's like the lurgies back outside. We're all protecting ourselves inside. Was it real? Was it real? Like 5-6 years later, I'm not sure it was real, because everybody is telling me now it wasn't real. But I still remember people dying.
Well, all I know is the main benefactor from lockdown and COVID was Joe with the NHS tournament.
She took
that's all I remember.
Stack that night.
Stack. She took an absolute stack of money that night from the NHS. She took it from the NHS. So that's what she did. She literally took it from the NHS. Yeah.
So Pilko rightly says tonight's just got insane. It was a little bit insane before Joe got in. It's potentially got a little more insane now. Proven almost by Stephen Fisher saying what I can only describe as what looks like hoddy dips. Hoddy dips?
Hoddy dips, I've no idea.
Hoddy dips?
I've no idea what hoddy dips is.
Dips.
But, so Wayne's got one of the t-shirts. Carey's got shirts. I mean, I'd love to. People have got team. I'm assuming people keep a lot of their team shirts and stuff from either representing countries or playing the UK team event and that kind of thing. I mean, I've got some. I dug out some old. I think I've still got my team shirt from first time I represented APAT, which would have been in Blackpool.
That was 2010.
in the APAT team.
Still got
myself and Tim Magnus made day two, because I think we were rooming together that weekend, and both made day two for Team APAT.
Did you know that Tim was living a couple of doors up from me?
Yes, I remember you saying. I remember you saying, yeah.
And the weird thing is, I was walking down to my train station one morning, and we lived in this very kind of remote spot, very remote, you know, and Tim walking down the other side of the street. And when I say street, there was no streets, right? It was a little remote road. I get Tim, hey Des, we got together. I didn't know you lived in like London. Forget London. I'm on your street.
You have crazy.
You have it's crazy. Yeah. Doors away.
Crazy meeting up here. Yeah. The weirdest thing happened to me on the way back from Vegas the other week. So I got back and I've found a new train route to get me back home rather than going into central London. So I get the Elizabeth line up to Reading and then just get the direct train from Reading back down to Bournemouth, the cross country. And so got to Reading and was waiting for about 20 minutes for the cross country, and then they jumped us to a different platform with about 3 minutes warning, and I've got like a big case and 2 bags, and so and there's me, a couple with a kid in a pram and a girl on a cycle, all trying to get into the lift and but anyway, so get over, shot down. The lift wasn't working at the other platform, so literally pegging it down the stairs, trying not to go arse over tit and whatever. Jump onto the train, into my carriage, halfway down the carriage to find my seat, and someone says, "Oh, hello, Lee."
Oh, for God's sake.
And I look up, and it's a friend of mine I've not seen for about 10 years, something like that. No, used to hang out loads in our sort of 20s, early 30s when we were all sort of together, when he used to work for Deloitte, when Jen was working for Deloitte and that kind of things. Haven't seen him for absolutely ages. And he was on the train from Reading back down to Winchester. And so, great lovely chat for 45 minutes for an hour, probably catching up and whatever. But yeah, completely random. Yeah. Yeah, random spot of the things.
I had a similar sort of experience once, Lee, and it was a needle in a haystack job. It was a lot worse for me than that. I never really want to think about it again. You've just put it back in my head. I had a little chill, not a Joe chill. I had a little chill just over the scene. I'll tell you about it in the privacy. Little booth in Manchester.
All I'm thinking of now is a little Jojo Chill. I mean, yeah, she's going to love
Chill.
that.
I love that.
Little Joe Chill.
And Joe Chill.
Yeah.
Jay Chill. Hey, I'm Jay Chill. I'm Joe Chill. I mean, well, why aren't, the people over at Goalhanger doing the I'm Jay Chill and I'm Joe Chill
I have no
podcast?
idea. Yeah.
Why don't we do that, Lee? We can do the Chill podcast.
We could make
Chill. I'm Joe Chill.
I don't know. I think podcasts might be done. I mean, everyone's doing them these days.
Don't say that, Lee. We're about to invest heavily in podcasts. We've started this APAT podcast. So there are more people out there. We should say hello. Carrie's out there. Hello to you, Carrie. Looking forward to seeing you in Manchester.
I'm worried about Joe's message that Battle of the Chillmates this week might be her needing a spare room.
She's already sent me a note on that, Lee.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll sort that out. But we need to be doing a behind the scenes documentary style. We need the footage. If we can get the content, we'll sort out the second room. It's on us.
Did you just say documentary?
I hope I did that documentary. I don't know what type of content I'd associate myself with.
Might have just been your Irish accent, but I swear you
could
just
well be my Irish accent, Lee.
Documentary. Yes. I don't think that's a podcast we want to do. I'm really not sure it is.
I don't know. Now I'm kind of thinking, documentary. I like the sound of that. Could be viral. Which takes us right back to 2020, funnily enough. So Joe says, all for the love of the game, right? So that takes it right back to when we were having a bit of a laugh at the start. Whoa, don't full name me. It makes me nervous. I'll take myself off to the corner. I've noticed she's just gone nutsly, and now I have to read it. Battle of the Chillmates this week. Needing a spare room. Kerry says, I got the pink one when Linda Awaniak did the all-ladies APAT team. I remember that, Lee.
Yes,
I remember the pink
that was cool.
I have some old ones in some of my storage space. I had to get rid of a lot of stuff. I moved house. I moved to a bigger house, but I had to get rid of a lot of stuff. A lot of really good bad shirts went.
Linda had a good couple of cashes in Vegas again this summer. She's still playing. Yeah,
where
still
is she
happily
living
playing
these days, Lee?
I genuinely don't know, to be honest.
It's funny you mentioned Reading, right? Linda used to live in the Reading area, of course. Joe says, I've been called a little chillmate more than once, oh bless. Kerry says, is it tomorrow that the draws are on poker raffles? Huh?
It is.
It
is.
What? Well, it kind of depends on what draws she's talking about, Lee.
Right? Are we paying Kerry to be like an influencer? Is that what I like it? I like what we've done there. She's brought it all back round to buy yourself some raffles tickets, folks. Because I did mention it at the start of the show, but obviously we're an hour in. As the players are on a break, four-handed. We're an hour in or an hour and a half in. Crikey, time flies when you're having fun. Yeah, poker raffles draws tomorrow night. 3 of them. We've got 2 APAT Players' Choice seats worth £140. 2 separate draws. So if you've got tickets for the one, you might want tickets for the other as well. Entirely up to you, whatever. And we have also got the pro package worth £1,500, which is pretty much going to allow you to bankroll your way through the Worlds in Manchester next week. All 3 draws tomorrow night, 9 o'clock. Doesn't matter how many tickets we sell between now and then, we will be picking 3 winners. And if you haven't yet bought some tickets or you want to buy some extra ones, don't forget you can use code APAT20 and get 20% off all of those tickets for the APAT draws. Say that's just to celebrate 20 years of APAT. That runs up into the Worlds. So now's the time. I've also put the draw for next week already live. So if you want to be cheeky and get in with the 20% off, because the 20% will stop once the Worlds starts. So
Lee,
if you want to get in and use that, then do it.
Great value. I mean, take a chance. I mean, what a package that would be to win, I have to say. Lee, just a quick question here. It's a maths style question. It's 11 p.m. 11 p.m. in itself, not a maths question, but I look at my Sky Poker lobby and it seems to suggest there's 11 players left. Are there 11 players still in this tourney?
No, there's 4.
So why isn't the lobby updated? What is going on?
it's a bit crazy.
Oh, thank God for that, because I was about to say, right, that's it, we're done. Not waiting for 11 play. I haven't got time. We've got a
No,
Liverpool match
we are
to
waiting.
watch.
We have 4 players left. Wolfie is a short stack with 7
Amazing.
bigs. Then VL09 Hog has got 17 bigs. Fish and Chips has got 19 bigs, and our chip leader Jammy Jimmy with 56 bigs. 140 for the winner seat and 50 quid for second place tonight because of the number of runners we've got. So 2 of these are going to go home with nothing other than they can have a baseball cap if they're in Manchester as commiserations for getting so close. Can't do much more than that, unfortunately.
Nice.
Yeah,
what can you tell us, Lee? What can you tell us about this bad boy, player of the series?
Oh yeah. Yeah, like the graphic. Nice, isn't it?
I think it looks amazing. Yes.
Yeah.
Lee,
cool.
Is that the Houses of Parliament and Big Ben attached into some sort of new structure? Is that a Manchester thing? What is that?
That's Manchester City Hall.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that owned by Gary Neville, Lee?
Are you not familiar with these type of landmarks?
No. Manchester City Hall? No.
But do you not see the sign? This is the sign. This is Manchester with a B and everything. It's like it's thought goes into these things. That sort of stuff.
What's the B, Lee?
That's not just B is the emblem of Manchester.
Is it?
Do you not know that?
How would I know that?
The worker bee? Seriously, do you not know that?
No.
Wow, crikey!
How would I know that?
I just assumed everybody kind of knew that kind of stuff, but
Tell us in
obviously
the
not.
chat box who knew that the worker bee was the emblem of Manchester.
Yeah, well, it's one of their kind of things that they have as their thing. I'm not saying it's the only
No.
emblem of Manchester, but it's one of the things that they have. Yeah. So player of the series. So we're going to run that across all of the events. Top 9 in every event will pick up player of the series points, similar to what we've run in recent years.
Yeah.
Also, will be added into that will be the main event online. So the top 9 in that will also get there, and then the winner overall is going to get an invite to the Vegas 27 final.
Yeah, that's music.
So you're going to get an invite to play that in November, and we're also going to give you 200 quid out of Dez's back pocket to cover your expenses to get to Manchester, because obviously you'll need an overnight stay in Manchester on that Friday night, and obviously you want to get there, so 200 quid will pretty much cover you as well. So you say you've got no reason not to head to Manchester and play with the other 26 players for a what's about a 10,000-12,000 pound package for the World Series next summer.
Can you imagine?
So so super. So basically, yes, 1st to 9th will get points. It's kind of F1 style. We'll do a count back if anyone's tied on points. And say all the details are on the website, but that's up and running. So we'll keep a tally of that during the week. We'll also include the team event as well. So the top 9 individual finishes in the team event will also pick up points as well, so you don't miss out on too much. Obviously, your event clashes with a few other events going on, but not too bad this year actually, because obviously day 1 clashes with the Tours event, but then day 2 the MTT. Pretty much it's probably only the round of each that it's going to clash with, because you've got a chance to play the main event on a later date. You've got a chance to play the mini main on a later date. So actually, it's probably only 2 events that it's going to clash with. And if you bust early in the MTT, you could jump into that round of each on the Wednesday afternoon anyway. So, not too bad.
Oh, excellent. Can't wait for it, Lee. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a spectacular week. And obviously, we just got a bunch of people in chat. There's a lot of people watching on tonight. I think you always get that excitement before it starts. We're all a bit giddy. Now, while we get the opportunity, you may want to briefly mention this. How cool is that?
Yes. Crikey, you've got lots of... Someone's been busy with the artwork in the last week.
What,
it's just,
God bless the AI. Hey, God bless the AI.
Hey, what? What? Is that something I need to look into? Yeah, does that look good? Yeah. No, I must admit, I've very much used my my time in Vegas, chilling out and enjoying myself to up my my AI knowledge game on trying to make life a little bit easier. So with certain things. So yes, the APAT Show Fantasy Football League is back. If you played it last year, I think it kind of sort of re-enters you for it. If you tick a box to say you want to be entered to all your previous leagues, so you might be right. If you're new to it, there's the code. IV9 A79. That will get you in. We're going to have prizes courtesy of poker raffles like we did last year. Mark Porter won last year, and has been spending his site credit on poker raffles on a few APAT draws in recent weeks. So yeah, get going with that. Interesting one this year. Late transfer window, so it's difficult to know exactly how many big names there's going to be in the window at the moment. It's kind of feeling tough not to have Haaland and Fernandes and even Gabriel in your team, pretty much, because they seem the absolute nailed on point scorers. But yeah, exactly. So yeah, be interested to see how it plays. Whether there's a few big signings, whether Vinny Jr. does end up at Arsenal in the next couple of weeks, whether Man United make a big marquee signing they've been threatening to do, whether Liverpool sign anyone will be interesting. But obviously Bacola is the big money talk. Obviously, if those kind of players come into the league, that they'll come in at price points probably in between Fernandes and Haaland and make it a bit more interesting as to who you're going to pick and what you're going to do. Then at the moment, it's kind of feeling a little bit obvious for a lot of the squad, but hey, players can play it different ways, and they might choose to
who knows. But the one thing I would say, Lee, however you play it, we have some properly good players in that league. Players who've done super, they've scored super highly on the overall sort of league. APAT league has got some proper good players that have been in the top thousands at one point. I think we had one player last season that was like 800th or something at one point last season. The percentile is just nuts. It's just absolutely nuts to say the least. Absolutely. So in the chat, Dave Pilkington says the B is on the buses. There you go. See, I know what I'm talking about. Tristan says. Tristan says player of the year online points just for the main. Yeah, just for the main for the online. It's pretty much going to be a standard APAT online weekend with PLO 8 and a bounty hunter across the weekend. We're keeping them at the same price points that we normally do for our weekends, but the main event, the £40 buy-in, which you'll have a couple of 3-day ones to get into, will be the one that will get you online points, and that's getting a nice tidy. They guarantee that at £5,000 Sky Poker, so it's a £40 buy-in, so it's a nice comp anyway across the weekend. And I would hope with the Worlds, with the bracelets attached on it as well, we'll have a little bit more. But all of the events across that weekend will be medal events. So the player of the series points will only be for the main event, but we're going to make all of those side events, because it's the World Championships, we're going to make them all medal events. So you'll be able to win a medal at PLO and PLO 8, all for a tenner buy-in, those side events are. So hopefully, that'll see some good numbers and everyone having a chance to play across that weekend. And of course, it's school holidays, so I know some people will be away or whatever, but for some people it might not be a reason needing to get up early on a Monday morning, although it shouldn't go on too late anyway during, because our structures for online, we always try and make sure it finishes around the midnight time at the latest, but maybe with a few more numbers we might see it going on a little bit later. Three-handed now in this satellite. Fish and Chips got the chip lead back, 37 bigs. Jammy Jimmy's got 30, and VL09 Hog has got 16 bigs. Can't be far off, because we're effectively on the bubble now, because it's 50 quid for second and 140 seat for the winner. So we're not going to be too far off seeing a winner. If you've got any other questions about the Worlds, now is the time to ask, because I'm on a travel date tomorrow. So and so is Tom. So as we both make our way, in fact, actually, to be honest, if you were catching a plane up, Des, then we would be a 1980s film between the three of us. John Candy.
Yeah, nines versus ace 10. Ace 10 is at risk, and king 4, king, deuce, and a 3 on the river means Jammy Jimmy is gonna take that one down, which means we are heads up. They're locked up 50 quid now. So Jammy Jimmy with the chip lead, 45 bigs against 35, guaranteed 50 quid. But one of these is going to spin that 50 quid up to a 140 seat. Who's it going to be? Jammy Jimmy or Fishy and Chips? Who's your money on, Des?
Fish and Chips, Lee, every time.
Yeah. I think Jammy Jimmy might do the back-to-back weekender, which is quite impressive, to win the satellite on the Friday and the
That
and the
would be a hell
Sunday.
of a
As I say, Ed did it last week. Wolfie did it last week. Ed Reynolds. So it is doable. But
well, we'll know shortly, Lee. I suspect that we
yeah,
will know.
we are
Lee,
going to know soon.
Lee. Is it like tomorrow night, i.e., Tuesday morning, 2 a.m. or something, that the World Series of Poker main event kicks?
Yeah,
back
so I
off?
popped up. I popped up in
TNT,
the.
right?
I popped up in the fantasy comp because I saw the details on TNT. They've actually put an ad. They ran an advert, so I was like, "Oh wow, cool." So yeah, it's on TNT Sport. So those of you that have got a registered, for that, for whatever, or now getting it through HBO Max, should be able to watch it. So it's roughly on between sort of 1 in the morning and 5 in the morning live, which I'm going to suggest means they're running the full day, but they're doing this cram down thing where it pretty much flows. So it's longer than 5 hours play, but basically they don't start it
Yeah, they're not going to show the
till
super breaks.
later, so that they don't have all the breaks, things, and all that malarkey going on with it. But yes, it's it looks like they're running. I think on the Tuesday they might be running a couple of hours of kind of a recap of what's gone on. Looks like it, and then you're going to get the live thing. So yeah, obviously we'll be up in Manchester. Ace 10 versus Deuce 7, which is the flush, and there's your winner. It's done. Flop the flush. Jammy Jimmy does the double. Does the weekend double in the satellite. Congratulations, Jammy Jimmy, to you. You've got 2 seats. And I say, if you're heading to Manchester,
Wow.
drop me if you're in the chat, drop me a message so we know who you are. But I will find out from Sky tomorrow who you are. But I'm expecting to see you in Manchester, probably saying, hey, I've got two tickets I'd like to use, please, for some events. So congratulations to you. We will hopefully see you in Manchester. If not, we will catch you at an APAT event soon. Yeah. So whilst we're in Manchester in the early hours of the morning, the World, and I don't know what your take is on it, Des, but I'm a little bit like, okay, someone's going to win it. Great, 10 million, well done.
Yeah.
I've seen Poker News and a few things trying to have been running kind of daily, telling you stuff about the players and this, that, and the other. But yeah, I'm a little bit less interested than I maybe would have been if it happened a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
when the series finished.
So I would say, Lee, look, the way I see it. So first and foremost, 2 a.m. in the morning isn't going to work for anyone over here. You've got to be a diehard with no day job to be able to watch that for three early mornings in a row. That is challenging. So I've put it on Series Link. I'll try and
I was going to do the same and just stick it on and then
try and stay away from it a bit if possible. Might have it running in the background during the day. I think that's okay. But what I'm kind of hoping, at least, that the break will give us, which, to be honest, is what the break should be all about, and that is some good VT, some good interviews with the players and stuff like that, so that actually when they run these things they can cut to segments. We can get to know a lot more about the players. You won't necessarily know about them a week or 2 weeks out, but on the night you should at least get a pretty decent rundown of who they are. But did they come home? Did they all come home? Did any of them stay in Vegas? I mean, you got $1 million, so maybe it has not been possible to get VT of them at home with their families and stuff like that, which kind of would be interesting. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. Just not
and it is as simple as that. Is we'll wait and see how it pans out and what happens. Obviously, it's not the biggest live streaming poker coming up this week, but hey,
they had to move their dates, didn't they, for us?
But hey, it is what it is. We'll see how it pans out. Right then, there we go then. So that's the satellite done for tonight. For everybody heading to Manchester this week, whenever you're going, however you're getting there, safe travels. We look forward to seeing you in Manchester for whatever it is you're playing. If you need anything in the meantime, pop a message on the Facebook group, ask the community, or Tom, Des, and myself will get back with an answer. But yeah, safe travels. However you're getting there, we look forward to seeing you in Manchester for 6 days of poker and giving out 16 bracelets. Well, 19 bracelets because the team event they'll get one each. So 19 bracelets we're going to be giving out this week, and a whole load of medals as well, and hopefully a decent chunk of cash, bags of cash in Manchester this week. So looking forward to seeing you all in Manchester whenever it is you head there.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you, Lee. Exactly what he said. Safe travels. Have a great week in Manchester, folks. We'll see you up there if you're heading up there. I have to say it was a lot of fun tonight, right? It was fun having people in the chat going a bit sort of like that. It was all very, very good. So have a smashing few days. Get up there nice and safely. We'll see you. And I guess this time next week we will be probably streaming the final table. We might have just finished the final table. We'll see how it goes. Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. But before that, tomorrow night, 9:00. Poker raffles draws. If you haven't got yourself tickets for the pro package, do it. Use code APAT20, please. Get 20% off. Get your tickets for 80p. Win yourself a £1,500 package. Love it to be somebody that's going to be definitely up in Manchester this week, and it covers their entire week. That would be awesome. Nothing happier for me to be doing that. So get your tickets for 9:00 next week. We will be picking 3 winners, 3 draws tomorrow night. So we will be picking those winners. So get your tickets in.
Fantastic. Thank you, Lee. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night, and we will see you soon.